The notification lit up my phone at 3:47 a.m. I wasn't supposed to see it. He thought I was asleep. But insomnia has a way of revealing truths we're not ready to face. I miss you too. Same woman. Same heart emoji. 6 months after he swore it was over. I'm sitting here in our bedroom, the one with the gray walls I painted last spring, thinking a fresh coat would somehow refresh us too. My hands won't stop shaking. The phone feels like it weighs 100 pounds. Let me back up. My name is Maya. I'm 28. I've been with Jordan for 4 years, lived together for 2. We have a small apartment in the city, split the rent, share a Netflix account, and up until 6 months ago, I thought we were building something real. Then I found the first messages. Late-night texts with a woman named Vanessa. He said she was just a friend from work. I wanted to believe him. God, I wanted to believe him so badly. He cried that night. Actually cried. Held my face in his hands in this very room and said, "I'm sorry. I got too close to her. It was inappropriate. I'll set boundaries. I promise you, Maya, I'll be better." I believed him. I chose to believe him. Now, sitting here at 3:47 in the morning with his phone in my hand, he left it on the nightstand, didn't even bother to hide it. I can see the truth. Not just one message. An entire conversation thread. Deleted from the main screen, but still in his message requests folder. When can I see you again? I think about that night all the time. Does she know about us? My stomach lurches. I have to set the phone down before I throw it across the room. Jordan is sleeping next to me. Actually sleeping. Breathing slow and steady like a man with nothing to hide. His face is peaceful, relaxed, the same face that looked me in the eyes 3 days ago and said, "You're the only one I want." I slip out of bed, grab my robe, and walk to the bathroom. I close the door and stare at myself in the mirror above the sink. The light is harsh, fluorescent. I look exhausted. Dark circles under my eyes. Hair a mess. When did I start looking this tired? I grip the edge of the sink and whisper, "What are you still doing here?" The question hangs in the air, unanswered. I hear him wake up around 6 a.m. The bed creaks. Footsteps pad across the hardwood floor. The bathroom door opens, and he walks in, yawning, stretching his arms above his head. He sees me sitting on the edge of the bathtub, still in my robe, phone in my hand. He freezes. Just for a second. But I catch it, that flicker of recognition, the slight widening of his eyes. "You're up early," he says casually, moving toward the sink. I saw the messages. My voice is calmer than I expected. Flat. Emotionless. He stops mid-reach for his toothbrush. "What messages?" "Don't do that." I stand up, holding his phone out. "Don't insult me by pretending you don't know." He takes the phone, glances at the screen, and I watch his jaw tighten. For a moment, I think he might actually tell me the truth. But then his face shifts. Hardens. "You went through my phone?" I almost laugh. It was sitting right there. The notification lit up the entire room. "So you invaded my privacy. Are you seriously making this about privacy right now?" My voice cracks. I hate that it cracks. "You're still talking to her. After everything. After you promised." He sets the phone down on the counter and turns to face me fully. "Maya, you're overreacting." "Overreacting?" I repeat the word slowly. "Tell me something, Jordan. When were you going to tell me? Or were you just going to keep lying until I caught you again?" "I'm not lying. Does she know about us?" I quote directly from the message. "What does that mean? What is US? What happened that night?" His face flushes. "It's not what you think." "Then tell me what it is." Silence. He runs his hand through his hair, looks away, looks back. We got drinks after work. A few weeks ago. It was nothing. Drinks. Yes, just drinks. And then what? Nothing. We talked. That's it." I step closer. "You're lying to me right now. I can see it in your face." His expression shifts again, this time to irritation. "What do you want me to say, Maya? That I kissed her? Fine. I kissed her. It was a mistake. It meant nothing." The words hit me like a slap. I actually stumble back a step. "You kissed her," I repeat. "It was one time. You kissed her. And then you came home. And you held me. And you told me I was the only one. I am trying to make this work. By lying to my face? My voice rises now, sharp and raw. By sneaking around behind my back? That's your version of trying. You don't understand the pressure I'm under, he snaps. Work is insane. You're always emotional, always needing reassurance. So this is my fault? I didn't say that. You just did. I grabbed the edge of the counter to steady myself. You just blamed me for your inability to stay faithful. He opens his mouth, then closes it. For the first time, he looks unsure. I defended you, I say quietly. When my friends asked if I was sure about you. When my sister said you seemed distant. I defended you. I told them you were going through a hard time. That we were working on things. We are. No. I shake my head. You're not working on anything. You're just trying not to get caught. The silence that follows is suffocating. Finally, he says, so what do you want? You want me to grovel? You want me to beg? I stare at him. At this man I've spent 4 years loving, building a life with, sacrificing for. And I realize something that makes my chest ache. I don't want anything from you anymore. His face changes. Maya. I'm done. You don't mean that. I do. My voice is steady now. I'm done shrinking myself to make you comfortable. I'm done pretending your lies don't destroy me. I'm done. He stares at me, searching for the crack, the place where I'll fold like I always have. But he won't find it. Not this time. You're going to regret this, he says quietly. I almost laugh. The only thing I regret is not doing this 6 months ago. Act 3. The aftermath, 5 to 7:30. He leaves for work without another word. Grabs his keys, his wallet, his jacket. Slams the door on his way out. I stand in the bathroom for a long time, staring at nothing. Then I start moving. I call my sister first. She answers on the second ring. Maya? It's 7 a.m. What's wrong? I need your help. Can I stay with you for a while? There's a pause. Then I'll be there in an hour. Start packing. I pull out the suitcases from the back of our closet, the ones we used for the trip to Portland last summer, back when I still thought we had a future. I start filling them methodically. Clothes. Shoes. The jewelry box my mom gave me. The books on my nightstand. I avoid looking at the photos on the dresser. The one of us at his brother's wedding. The one from our anniversary dinner. I can't deal with those yet. My sister, Emma, arrives exactly 1 hour later. She takes one look at me and pulls me into a hug. I don't cry. I think I'm too numb to cry. Tell me what you need, she says. I just need to get out of here. We load my car in silence. 2 suitcases, a box of personal items, my laptop bag. It's strange how 4 years can fit into so little space. As we're loading the last box, my phone buzzes. Jordan, can we please talk about this? I stare at the message. My thumb hovers over the keyboard. Then I delete the text and block his number. Emma watches me. Good, she says simply. Living at Emma's is weird at first. She has a small 2-bedroom in the suburbs, and I'm sleeping on an air mattress in her spare room surrounded by storage boxes and old furniture. But it's quiet. Peaceful. No tension hanging in the air. No wondering when the next lie will drop. I take a week off work. Tell my boss I have a family emergency, which isn't exactly a lie. I spend the first 3 days mostly sleeping. Not because I'm depressed, though I definitely am, but because I'm exhausted. Bone deep, soul tired, exhausted. On day 4, Emma drags me out of the house. We're going to the coffee shop, she announces. You're going to shower, put on real clothes, and we're going to sit somewhere that isn't this room. I want to argue, but she's right. I haven't left the house since I got here. We end up at this little cafe I used to love before I met Jordan. It has exposed brick walls, mismatched furniture, and plants hanging from the ceiling. I order a vanilla latte and sit by the window, watching people pass by on the street. How are you feeling? Emma asks. Numb, I say honestly. And angry. And relieved. All at once. She nods. That's normal. I keep thinking about all the times I could have left. All the red flags I ignored. Don't do that to yourself. But I'm serious, Emma. There were so many signs. The way he'd get defensive when I asked simple questions. The way he always turned things around on me. Made me feel crazy for having normal concerns. That's what manipulators do, she says gently. They make you doubt yourself. Make you think you're the problem. I take a sip of my coffee. It tastes better than I remember. I feel like I lost myself, I admit. Like I spent so much energy managing his emotions, tiptoeing around his moods, that I forgot who I was. Emma reaches across the table and squeezes my hand. So now you get to remember. Over the next 2 weeks, something shifts. I start small. I go for walks in the morning before the city fully wakes up. I rediscover my love for running, something I gave up because Jordan thought it was a waste of time. I sign up for a yoga class. I start reading again, devouring books I'd had on my list for years. One afternoon, I'm reorganizing my things in Emma's spare room when I find an old journal from college. I flip through the pages and find an entry from when I was 22. Asterisk, I want a love that makes me braver, not smaller. I want someone who celebrates my light, not dims it. Asterisk. I stare at those words for a long time. 22-year-old Maya knew what she deserved. Somewhere along the way, I forgot. I decide to start journaling again. Not about Jordan, not about the breakup, but about me. What I want. What I'm rediscovering. What I'm building. Today I smiled at a stranger in the coffee shop, and it felt like the most natural thing in the world. I forgot what it was like to exist without anxiety humming under my skin. I'm learning that my kindness isn't a weakness. It's a strength. And anyone who took it for granted didn't deserve it. I don't miss him. I miss the version of us I thought we were. But that version was never real. The entries get longer, deeper, more honest. Around week 3, Jordan tries to contact me again. He finds a way through a mutual friend's Instagram. Maya, please. Can we just talk? I miss you. I know I messed up, but I can change. I'll do better. I'll go to therapy. Whatever you need. I read the message 3 times. A month ago, I would have caved. I would have convinced myself that his promise to change was genuine this time. But now I see it clearly. He doesn't miss me. He misses what I provided: stability, forgiveness, emotional labor. He misses having someone who made his life easier while asking for nothing in return. I type out a response and then delete it. Then I do something that feels powerful. I simply don't respond at all. Silence is a complete sentence. Reclaiming myself, 10:30 to 12 o'clock. By week 5, I'm ready to find my own place. Emma has been incredible, but I need my own space. Somewhere that's just mine. Somewhere with no memories attached. I find a small studio apartment on the east side of the city. It has big windows, hardwood floors, and a tiny balcony overlooking a tree-lined street. It's more expensive than what I paid before, but I can afford it on my own. And that matters. Moving day is surprisingly cathartic. Emma helps me unpack, and we spend the afternoon arranging furniture and hanging curtains. When we're done, I stand in the middle of the room and feel something I haven't felt in years. Pride. This space is mine. I chose it. I'm paying for it. Nobody can take it from me. That night, after Emma leaves, I sit on my balcony with a glass of wine and watch the sunset. The sky turns pink, then purple, then deep blue. The city lights start to flicker on one by one. My phone buzzes. A text from my best friend Rachel. Dinner tomorrow? I want to hear everything. I smile and text back, yes. Can't wait. About 2 months after I leave, Jordan shows up at my apartment. I'm coming home from a run, earbuds in, still catching my breath, when I see him standing by the entrance to my building. My heart drops. Maya, he says, stepping forward. I pull out my earbuds, but don't move closer. What are you doing here? I needed to see you. I blocked you for a reason, Jordan. I know. But please, just give me 5 minutes. Every instinct tells me to walk away. But there's a part of me, the part that spent 4 years with this man, that wants closure. 5 minutes, I say. Out here. He nods, looking relieved. I've been thinking about us. About everything. I was wrong, Maya. I was so wrong. I took you for granted. I didn't appreciate what I had. I cross my arms. Okay. I've been going to therapy. Really working on myself. I want to prove to you that I can be better. That's good, I say. I hope you find what you're looking for. He looks confused. I want to find it with you. That's not going to happen. but I've changed. Jordan, I don't care if you've changed. The words come out sharper than I intended, but they're true. I'm not interested in being your proof of concept. I'm not interested in waiting around to see if this time you'll actually keep your promises. That's not fair. What's not fair is you showing up here after I made it clear I was done. What's not fair is you expecting me to put my healing on hold because you've suddenly decided to work on yourself. He runs his hand through his hair, that same familiar gesture. So that's it? For years mean nothing. For years mean everything, I say quietly. They taught me what I won't accept anymore. They taught me that I deserve honesty, loyalty, someone who doesn't make me feel crazy for expecting basic respect. I can be that person. Maybe you can. But not for me. Not anymore. He stares at me, and I see the moment he realizes I'm serious. That there's no crack in my armor, no weakness to exploit. I never stopped loving you, he says, and his voice breaks. Then you should have loved me better when you had the chance. I walk past him, swipe my key card, and enter my building. I don't look back. Inside the elevator, my hands start shaking. My heart is pounding. But underneath the adrenaline, I feel something else. Strength. I stood my ground. I didn't fold. I didn't let his words pull me back into the cycle. When I get to my apartment, I close the door, lean against it, and let out a long breath. It's over. Really, truly over. And I'm okay. The months that follow are a process of rediscovery. I reconnect with friends I'd lost touch with during the relationship. Rachel and I start having weekly dinners. I join a book club. I take a pottery class on weekends just because I've always wanted to try it. I'm terrible at pottery, by the way. My bowls are lopsided and my vases look drunk. But I laugh more in those tower classes than I did in the entire last year with Jordan. I also start therapy. Not because I'm broken, but because I want to understand why I stayed so long. Why I ignored the red flags. Why I made myself smaller to accommodate someone else's dysfunction. My therapist, Dr. Chin, is gentle but direct. You weren't weak, she tells me during one session. You were hopeful. You believed people could change. That's not a character flaw. But it's important to recognize when hope becomes denial. Those words sit with me for days. I start recognizing patterns. Not just in my relationship with Jordan, but in other areas of my life. The way I overgive. The way I apologize for things that aren't my fault. The way I dim my own light to make others comfortable. Slowly, deliberately, I start changing those patterns. When a coworker takes credit for my idea in a meeting, I speak up instead of staying quiet. When my friend cancels plans last minute for the third time, I tell her it bothers me instead of just saying no worries. When a guy I'm casually dating makes a dismissive comment about my career, I end things immediately instead of giving him a chance to explain what he meant. I'm learning to protect my peace, to honor my boundaries, to value my time and energy. And something surprising happens. I start to feel more like myself than I have in years. It's been 6 months since I left Jordan. I'm sitting in my favorite coffee shop, the one with the brick walls and hanging plants, working on my laptop when someone sits down at the table next to me. Is this seat taken? I glance up. He's tall, has kind eyes, and a warm smile. All yours, I say, going back to my work. A few minutes later, he speaks again. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bother you, but I have to ask, is that the new Haruki Murakami book? I look at the novel sitting next to my laptop. It is. Have you read it? Not yet, but it's on my list. Is it good? We end up talking for 20 minutes. His name is David. He's an architect. He's funny, easy to talk to, and he doesn't once check his phone during our conversation. Before he leaves, he asks, would you maybe want to get coffee sometime? Intentionally, I mean. Not just accidental table neighbors. I hesitate. Not because I'm not interested, but because I'm scared. Scared of getting hurt again. Scared of repeating old patterns. But then I remember something Dr. Chin said. Healing doesn't mean never trusting again. It means trusting wisely. I'd like that, I tell him. We exchange numbers. He texts me an hour later with a time and place. The text is straightforward, clear, no games. When we meet for our actual first date, he shows up on time. He asks questions and actually listens to the answers. He doesn't talk over me or dismiss my thoughts. When the check comes, he offers to pay but doesn't get weird when I suggest splitting it. I'm not saying David is perfect or that this is a fairy tale ending. I'm saying I'm finally in a place where I can recognize green flags instead of just accepting red ones. One evening, I'm sitting on my balcony watching the sunset when Emma calls. "How are you doing?" she asks. "Good," I say, and I mean it. Really good, actually. "I'm proud of you, you know. What you did leaving, rebuilding, standing your ground when he showed up, that takes real strength." I didn't feel strong, I admit. I felt terrified most of the time. That's what courage is. Being scared and doing it anyway. After we hang up, I think about everything I've learned over the past 6 months. I learned that love isn't supposed to make you smaller. Real love expands you, supports you, celebrates you. I learned that forgiveness doesn't mean giving someone unlimited chances to hurt you. Sometimes forgiveness means releasing them and walking away. I learned that my kindness, my empathy, my capacity to love deeply, these aren't weaknesses. They're strengths. And the right person will honor them, not exploit them. I learned that I don't need someone else to complete me. I'm already whole. And most importantly, I learned that choosing myself isn't selfish. It's survival. If you're listening to this and you're in a relationship that makes you feel small, confused, or constantly questioning your reality, please hear me. Your gut knows. That feeling you keep pushing down, that voice you keep silencing, it's telling you the truth. You deserve honesty. You deserve loyalty. You deserve someone who makes you feel safe, not anxious. And if you're like I was, waiting for someone to change, believing that your love can fix them, let me save you some time. You can't love someone into being a better person. They have to want it for themselves. Leaving isn't giving up. It's choosing yourself. And that choice, that moment when you decide your peace matters more than their potential, that's when your real life begins. I'm Maya. I'm 28 years old. I'm single, living in a studio apartment I absolutely love, building a life that's entirely my own. And for the first time in years, I'm not just surviving. I'm thriving. If this story resonated with you, I want you to do something for me right now. Take a moment, just a quiet moment, and ask yourself, am I shrinking to make someone else comfortable? If the answer is yes, I need you to know that you deserve better. And you have the strength to choose it. Drop a comment and tell me one thing you're going to reclaim for yourself this week. One boundary you're going to set. One piece of yourself you're going to take back. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. Sometimes we need permission to save ourselves. Your light is too precious to be dimmed by anyone. Protect it. Nurture it. Let it shine.